let's get started. It's 2:02 Eastern. So just wanted to cover some things you might have missed about Microsoft Ads. A lot of why should I care and why now that we want to get into. Um, I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Nick Rajpal. I'm the VP of Strategy. I head off our strategy department here at Agile. This month will be my 16-year anniversary. I joined to develop our marketing services, SEO, Google Ads, Microsoft Ads, conversion testing, email, and Amazon. And over time, those channels flourished and we grew into over 15 different channels. And now we are tackling the holistic challenge of having so many channels in play with this strategy department. I'm also the host of the webinar series, and I'm here every 2 weeks with a new topic. So we like to ask that question, like, why should I invest in Microsoft? Why now? And why with Agile? Hey, you're here, so you already know you should be investing in Microsoft. And why now? And the more information you learn in this presentation, that's going to become pretty concrete. But why work with us? Or why care about our opinion and our thoughts? Well, last year, upon reflecting on the year 22, Microsoft said, you know what? You guys are doing a great job adopting our technology, testing it out, learning how to use things together. And they gave us a Rising Star of the Year award in the US, but shortly after there, we got the same award for worldwide. And we've continued our passion of learning Microsoft as much as best as possible, but also overlap and synergies between channels. That has become such a powerful tool. On that point, something that will come up throughout this webinar is, okay, I get this from the Microsoft Ads perspective, but talk to me from a holistic perspective. What does this really mean? And we've found that the best lens to have holistic conversations is thinking that platforms like Microsoft and Google, we'll just use them as siblings of sorts. 10 plus years ago, they were both really good at search. Search, show up, maybe searching for your category, your brand shows up, and then people learn your brand and they search for your brand. And it's very much consideration activity and conversion activity. Today, the platform allows for cold awareness targeting, amazing ways of getting engagement on consideration, conversion, past customer loyalty, asking for likes and shares and reviews, both platforms. In fact, all the 15 platforms that we work with our clients on, they all have these rich functions, but they have this intersectionality. You can come up with a strategy for awareness and say, I have a strategy and a budget for awareness. This is how I'm going to use Microsoft for it, Meta, TikTok, Amazon, Google, and now consideration, conversion, etc. It becomes a way of planning, of organizing, of measuring in ways where there's key overlap points. So as we teach and introduce you guys to different features of Microsoft Ads that we think are exciting, we're going to go back and categorize for a second and say, by the way, in terms of intersectionality and desired outcomes of marketing, or what we call the virtuous activity cycle, because these 5 areas of activity support each other in this virtuous cycle, we're just going to make those call outs. We're going to keep it light, but if you've watched any of our other webinars, you can start to connect those dots really easily. And with that, I don't think I'm going to speak again until the end. We have much smarter people that are ready to present here. I will first turn to Logan.
Thank you, Nick. Hi, everyone. Happy to be on today. My name is Logan Durant. I'm our VP of Paid Media Strategy here at Agile. Yesterday actually marked my 12-year anniversary, hard to believe, at the company.
What?
Unreal. Doesn't feel like that long. I was privileged enough to be able to launch our first product ads service way back in 2012. I built a team around that. I also launched our first marketplace services as well. I led our paid department for several years, and now I work on the strategy team with Nick. helping to evolve our holistic strategies and creating paid media strategy for some of our biggest clients here at Digital. Let me advance the slide and now pass it over to Victoria.
Hi, everyone. I'm Victoria Johnson. I'm a partner account manager with Global Channel Partners. And I joined Microsoft Advertising in 2022. It'll be 2 years next month. My first year, I was privileged to support Agile with their Rising Star Award. And then this year, recently won another award for having a growth mindset. So I'm a big geek. I'm a big fanatic, tech geek, originally from Amazon prior to my tenure at Microsoft. And I'm here to throttle performance, throttle your ads, and improve your overall ROI.
Amazing. Thank you, Victoria. Looking forward to your part of the presentation here in a bit. But I'll kick it off though. Here we have our first section. There are a lot of new features released in Microsoft Ads last year, some of which you may have missed, but they're really powerful. So we wanted to make sure that we highlight them here, tell you a little bit about them, what they are, how to best use them, some tips and tricks. Amazing. So the first thing is Performance Max. Performance Max has now arrived in Microsoft Ads. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Performance Max is sort of like a cross-channel, cross-network campaign that can stimulate activity in each part of our virtuous activity cycle that Nick just presented. For ad units, it can show in product ads, in responsive search ads, and dynamic search ads, multimedia ads. It incorporates a lot of Microsoft Ads' latest and greatest technology, like automated bidding, audience signals, predictive targeting. So you might be familiar with Performance Max from another search engine. I will say that they do have their similarities, but there are also some pretty key differences in terms of how they perform and how they need to be treated. So it's been a great ad campaign for a lot of our clients over the past year, being able to kind of like unlock this nice cross-channel, cross-network targeting and being able to enjoy some lower CPCs and getting in front of more people. So if you have not tested Performance Max, I highly recommend it. It is, like I said, a little bit different in terms of its execution, which you might not be used to, but it's a huge driver of traffic and revenue for our clients. And Nick, I know we have a poll here as well you're about to launch. We want to know, do you use Performance Max in Microsoft Ads? Get that launched for everyone. And it is launched. All right. So do you use Performance Max? We want to know if you use it on Microsoft Ads, other search engines, or on neither. Is it neither or neither? Okay, you'll give people a chance to vote, get your votes in. Nick, you let me know when you want to close it out.
Yeah, this is I think we're coming to a slowdown in, okay, so let's stop it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And really interesting to see the results here. 44% not using it on any search engine is quite a surprise to me. The other search engine in mind launched it in June 22. So it's coming on 2 years of being one of the most pervasive ad types in e-commerce. But not enough people using it on Microsoft Ads at all. I mean, there's a huge upside for performance across the board here. So that's exciting to see. And it's also good. It's kind of nice to see that your peers aren't using it, because that means your costs are going to be a little better if you get in right now. So anytime you find a vacuum, just go right at it.
Yeah, I'd agree. And I think there's also too, like a little bit of aversion to Performance Max from the way that it was launched in the other search engine, and like that people didn't quite know how to adopt it in the best way. And there's a lot of learning, I think, from that. So, if you are one of those people who is like averse to Performance Max, there is a right way to deploy it, I think, in Microsoft Ads that will fuel new customer acquisition and unlock new audiences. Okay, great. So on to the next kind of new thing that you may have missed, the Microsoft Audience Network. So this is a network where you can use display-based advertising on exclusive premium Microsoft-owned websites like MSN, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft Edge, and even other exclusive partner sites, Netflix, Sephora, Depot, even Snapchat. So the idea here is that you can get a lot more eyeballs on your ads with generally a lot lower CPCs than some of the traditional like search-based ad types. It's been a cornerstone for a lot of our clients' advertising. It's just like a really big center of traffic and visibility and ultimately revenue. It does drive a lot of activity for, I'd say, the majority of our clients. And the cool thing is that you can kind of target people throughout that virtuous activity cycle, throughout that buying journey, from awareness, consideration, all the way down to conversion and loyalty. All right, so we wanted to bring up conversion tracking. You might think like, hey, this isn't very new, but there's a reason why we're bringing this up. It's because that if you have conversion tracking and universal event tracking installed correctly, it provides the foundation for success for basically everything you do in Microsoft Ads. And we also want to pulse this too because Victoria let us know that there will be some new features being released in 2024 that are going to rely on the correct setup here, correct conversion tracking, the right setup. And this is, again, where it kind of differs a little bit from the other search engine that you guys might be used to in terms of the setup and the technique. So it really is worth it to kind of dive deep on it. We have an entire tracking team who's devoted to conversion tracking installs, installing the universal events tracking code, and making sure that Microsoft Ads is tracking the way it should be, tracking all the events, and giving you all those nice benefits of, advanced remarketing audiences and automated bidding, data-driven attribution, things like that. So there are a few helpful tips. First of all, you have to ensure that UET tracking, universal events tracking, is in place and enable auto tagging. So that's going to fuel a lot of the campaign optimization and the audiences. You want to be able to be sure to create a specific goal that aligns with the marketing objectives. So are we looking for a purchase, looking for a phone call, looking for a form fill? It's important to make sure that you create that goal so it functions properly. Then you have to specify how and where the code will fire, which is kind of different from the way that other ad platforms are functioning. You have to add either a landing page or an event tracking component to your site backend to make sure that this code is firing properly. So really vital. It's kind of like the foundation for all these things, like I said, from automation to audience targeting. And it's going to be really important with the new features being released later this year. There we go. We wanted to put the spotlight also on data-driven attribution. I feel like this is another release that for some may have flown under the radar. Data-driven attribution is an algorithmically based attribution model, which aims to give credit to all the clicks in the purchase journey, not just that last click. So this is really important because it can give more weight to clicks that are earlier in the journey, the discovery clicks, when people find your business. We know that, last click is great, but it tends to give you a lot of credit on your brand name, and you don't necessarily want to pay more and more for your brand, but you do want to pay more for the discovery clicks that lead people to your site, people who ultimately either make a purchase or take that desired action that you have. So what you see here is a really cool report where you can kind of compare the last click attribution to data-driven, see what the differences are. And this allows you to kind of allocate more budget to different campaigns that are like a little bit earlier in that process, a little bit more important in fueling that new customer acquisition. And again, this is made all possible by having that good conversion tracking, the good UET tracking set up so that data-driven attribution can guide that investment strategy and can, make you invest wisely to fuel new customer acquisition. Okay. That brings us to a case study. One of our longtime clients, Styles Logistics. They are in the airplane parts business, a relatively mature business, but they've seen a ton of growth also over the last few years. In 2022, they came to us and they really wanted to grow market share, drive more revenue, more repeat purchases, all while maintaining a pretty high profit margin. Just looking for like a 2,000% return on ad spend. So goal is like, hey, keep this ROAS nice and high, but also like show us where we can grow. Some of the key levers we used: dynamic search ads, UET remarketing audiences. So there's where that universal events tracking is vitally important, and performance max later on to really start to fuel growth and start to get in front of new audiences. And this was wildly successful, I think, especially for a mature account, which was something we were really proud of driving. The revenue increased by 146% year over year. Spend increase on Microsoft's ad network by 177% year over year, and ROAS remained 100% above goal year over year. So like really high ROAS, just like amazing levers that these campaigns like dynamic search ad campaigns allow us to kind of target this vast catalog they have in a really cost-effective way. And getting them back in front of people with the advanced audience targeting with remarketing was really vital in converting those people. And then PMax, kind of helped us just drive more of that top funnel audience and kind of nurture them all the way through. So amazing story. We love Styles Logistics. Amazing. So we're going to harken back to the virtuous activity cycle every few slides and kind of tell you like where all these things fit in, because some of them are foundational, but others have a real specific purpose. So when we think about MSAN, that really fits in with awareness. It's helping us reach a much broader, larger audience, Microsoft's audience network. Data-driven attribution fits well with consideration because it's forcing us to weight those clicks earlier in the purchase journey. Instead of the branded clicks, we're weighting the discovery clicks a lot more. So it really helps fuel activity and consideration. And performance max, it's really sort of helping us from awareness to conversion, but it's really good kind of closing the deal, closing the sale. So we want to give you an idea of kind of how we think every tactic we pursue as an agency is aligned with one of these marketing activities. So this is what helps us effectively plan and execute a holistic marketing strategy. Excellent. So in the theme of Easter, we're going to show some unique Microsoft Easter eggs here that I think are interesting and things that people may not know about and things that will help you fuel performance this year in 2024. I'm always confused about when Easter is. I had to look it up today. I'm like, how do you figure out when Easter is? And it's like, it's about the moon phases and the Gregorian calendar. It's I never quite understand what it is, but cool. So ad extensions. Ad extensions are still relevant in 2024. Ad attractiveness is still important. It helps drive click-through rate, helps increase ad quality, and ultimately it helps lower your CPCs and improve your ROAS. So you really have to keep up with all the latest and greatest in terms of the ad extensions. And Microsoft Ads has some really great extensions. I think they're kind of unique and different than what we see in other search engines. So we have, at the top here, we have filter link extensions, which can help you kind of dive deeper into the website and show, all these different categories. Like here we have the flowers, the best-selling, new arrivals, roses, daisies. There are a ton of links in this ad that really help click-through rate. We have the review and the logo extensions as well. Here's a logo extension, Ventoso.com. See, that's very attractive, gives the ad an extra pop, extra oomph. And then we have the review extension as well. So we're seeing some star ratings here, seeing a little snippet here. Someone saying the best selection and prices anywhere. It's kind of cool. It's kind of giving it a nice flavor in terms of making the ad more attractive, but most importantly, giving you a break on the cost per click and the ROAS ultimately. Okay. The other thing here is LinkedIn targeting. So this is, I think, excuse me, very exciting feature that has come to Microsoft Ads in the last 6 to 8 months. So with LinkedIn targeting, we can actually target people who are searching on Bing.com by their job function, by what industry they're in, or even what company they work at. So this is kind of amazing. It's a great bridge for people who maybe don't want to take the leap to launch a whole LinkedIn specific ad campaign on their native ad platform, but you do want to take advantage of some of this really valuable targeting. So I saw a question in the chat. Scott said most of the companies you are showing look to be B2C companies. Will you be showing any examples of B2B companies? I think LinkedIn targeting is a great example of how B2B companies can thrive within the Microsoft Ads ecosystem. So what this does is it kind of harnesses the power of search with that power of the LinkedIn targeting. So it's combining intent with the right audiences. So it's been a really good feature for our B2B clients, and just like an amazing new targeting method to really get at the heart of your target audience. Amazing. Okay. And one of my last slides here is generative AI for ad copy. We know Microsoft is the king of the leader in AI, and you can now use generative AI to write ad copy. And when you do this, it's really all about the prompt. So you want to get the prompt correct. You want to add context, target audience, the tone. All these things can help lead to a really great piece of ad copy that's compelling. It's that high click-through rate, that high quality that we're wanting to see. So how to throw that in there? It's Microsoft. They're the best at AI right now. Amazing. And another case study here. So DK Hardware. This is a hardware-based company. They were looking for growth. They wanted to continue their growth trajectory year over year. They're looking for a 400% ROAS for non-brand. So we use some of the same tactics, dynamic search ads, UET remarketing audiences, as well as Performance Max to really help boost their sales. And they're another one that has like a large catalog. It's you have to use the right ad types to really get full visibility for all the products and to be able to guide the ad spend that provides that high ROAS. So they saw a lot of success with the strategy that we pursued. Non-branded search, their investment increased 35% year over year. That led to 40% more conversions, or 46% higher ROAS, the 62% total spend investment, increase in spend investment, and total of 75% in revenue. So we can see that their non-branded spend increase, but that caused kind of everything to rise up. More non-brand leads to more brand awareness, leads to more people converting on both non-brand and brand. It was an amazing success story of 75% more revenue in Microsoft Ads, which is amazing. You have DK. Cool. So some of those tactics here fit into consideration. So we're thinking about hyper-targeting people using the combination of search ads and LinkedIn audience capabilities. That's great for that non-branded search component, especially effective with B2B. The ad extensions are going to help those non-branded search ads, make them more attractive, improve the click-through rates, and increase the quality score of the ads, ultimately give you a break on ROAS. The AI-generated ad copy is really going to help with conversion. It's kind of both, consideration and conversions, but it's going to make the ads more compelling, more rich, more varied, I think. So it fits in both consideration and conversion. Awesome. So for this next section, I'm going to pass it over to Victoria talk about what's new for Microsoft.
Thanks, Logan. All right, what's new at Microsoft? Go ahead and discuss that. Could you guys turn to the next slide? Thanks. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so first we'll talk audience. Some of this may surprise you. In terms of age and demographics, on average, 53% of Microsoft searchers are men, 47% are women, 49% are college graduates, 41% have a household income of over 85K. All of that's probably pretty well known. What's probably not well known is that over 53% are under the age of 45. There's 49 million unique Bing searchers that can't be reached on Google, 54 million that can't be reached on Amazon, and 48 million that can't be reached on Facebook. Understanding Microsoft personas is definitely key to unlocking these high value and unique audiences. And for example, partners like Agile are capitalizing off of Microsoft's advanced audience targeting and analytics with targeting like combined lists. In February of 2024, Agile had a 1,539% aggregate return on ad spend for ads that use this feature. This targeting brings the power of 1P data to life. And when it's used in combination with a highly strategic formula created by rising stars like Agile, presented at the right moment, the success of these ads are undeniable. All right, so now moving on to audience intelligence, right? So what does that really look like in the Microsoft ecosystem? This picture here is giving you a holistic view of how all of these parts work together. So you're looking at the Microsoft advertising piece, but the benefit of working with Microsoft is you have access to billions of first-party data point from a variety of different users, right? So you have highly loyal affinity users with our gaming systems, app users, social network with unique targeting of LinkedIn, and Teams. We've integrated Copilot into Teams now. All of these signals provide us with data intent and audience intelligence that allows us to better target consumers that use your ads. So having said that, sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties here, guys.
Victoria,
Apologize.
is it not proceeding for you?
Yeah, it's
There you go.
stuck for me.
I
Thank
gotcha.
you.
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, it's still sticking.
We'll give it just one more moment. Let me try going back, going forward.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, of
Actually,
course.
Nick, can
Yeah.
you go back to that the audience intelligence slide, please?
Sure. Yeah. Can you see
Okay,
it?
great. Yeah, I can see it. Thank you. So in terms of data signals, right? These exclusive data signals equal smarter targeting. Again, you're leveraging billions of permissioned first-party data points with unique audiences who spend and do more. In February of 2024, Agile achieved an aggregate 13.69 conversion rate on their audience ads that use similar audience targeting. So once again, when you incorporate UET, that is not only effectively installed primarily, but also continues to pull data from Google, from Meta, from Pinterest with scheduled import, keeping your feeds fresh, you're going to have smarter analytics and smarter targeting that's going to allow you to really utilize Microsoft's AI. And similar audience remarketing is something that is extremely unique to Microsoft and works absolutely wonderfully when the UET is installed correctly and then also continuously fed and updated information. It's a very straightforward narrative. They do a great job. Agile does a great job with the virtuous activity cycle, and that in combination with Microsoft's superior generative AI really leverages a qualitative approach to targeting these unique users. Competitors are going to claim to have a high number of these unique users, but quantity doesn't always equal quality. Microsoft Ads offer access to rich, diverse audiences with over 1 billion users. But the real differentiator is that the uniqueness of the audiences that you're targeting are not duplicative, right? So when you hear some of these bigger numbers, they're often duplicative, where we're presenting these ads in front of 1 billion unique users. And that's important when you're thinking about overexposure to your ads. So again, when you're thinking quality over quantity, you're going to be able to tap into audiences that are more likely to convert. Microsoft's first-party data solutions are privacy compliant and rise to the challenge of iOS's recent updates that place a greater emphasis on privacy and first-party data. Our AI learns all about individual consumers, what they're searching for, what they read and engage with on the web, what they purchase, and much more. Then it matches the consumer intent to relevant ads and highly strategic placements. Nick, can you go on to the next slide?
You should see it in a second.
Thank you. Okay. So the Microsoft advertising ecosystem, do you guys see it? Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Great, thanks. All right, so from ChatGPT driven Bing and Copilot to DALL-E 3 powered designer to unique targeting only available on LinkedIn to the loyalty of MSN news readers to global fandoms that are Xbox and Netflix. The Microsoft advertising ecosystem strategically incorporates billions of signals and data points from an established and scaled search business, a social media business network, gaming platforms, news publishers, and an operating system and browser. And that's what you see in that graphic there. It's an end-to-end ad stack, including native display, video, CTV, and retail media. All of these properties work together in a sophisticated marketplace designed to provide safe, uniquely curated, data-rich, and submersive experiences for your prospective buyers. So again, visualizing the Microsoft advertising ecosystem, we're gathering intelligence on targeting, we're using signals, vertical and economic trends, behavioral data, profile data, demographic data, and all incorporating it together to effectively measure intent. When you think the search network, right? That's a tapestry of over 400,000 search partners, which each are a potential touch point for your products. Poised to engage audiences at pivotal moments, it's your foundational layer of opportunity. Searchers here aren't just numerous, but they're also 15% more likely to purchase online with higher purchasing power. Microsoft Ads exclusive LinkedIn targeting taps into the world's largest professional network, where the goals of business decision makers are revealed through their interactions, and where your ads meet them at the intersection of need and professional aspirations. Beyond Microsoft advertising's professional prowess, right? That's what we're known for. Again, you'll find gaming enthusiasts like Xbox users and users of Microsoft casual games. Also loyal, the 550 million readers of the #1 desktop news service, MSN, is a really, really key data point, because desktop users have a higher propensity to convert, with 52% higher conversion rates versus mobile. And 2 of 3 of Microsoft's typical workday consumers are now spending more time on their computers than they did pre-pandemic. With 1,500 publisher partners, your native advertising is illuminated with intent through the engagement of seamlessly integrated ads. So when you think MSN, #1 desktop news service, you'll find stories on the SERP, or stories on the start button for Windows, and then you'll find native ads integrated right in there. Visual storytelling takes flight with an array of over 193,000 display and video advertisers capturing searcher intent to interact, share, and immerse. And not to be overlooked, our robust retail media network, where over 5,000 advertisers harness signals of purchase readiness, aligning product placements with the intent to buy. Navigating the Microsoft advertising ecosystem is about connecting the dots between vast opportunities and the discernible intentions of your audience. It's not only expansive, but also rich with intent signals that are seamlessly integrated across our networks. Here, we don't just meet audiences. We don't just bring audiences to advertisers. We understand and engage with their intent, powering your advertising journey into the future. Next slide, please, Nick.
See you in a second. Is it live for everyone?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Great, thanks. All right, so partner sites. We'll start with our crown jewel, Netflix, the world's most powerful, most popular entertainment service provider, reaching 190 countries, 221 million subscribers, 685 million viewers worldwide, and with 760 million social media fans. When you think full funnel advertising and the virtuous activity cycle, having the ability to leverage a high impact solution like Netflix is a game changer. And it's also necessary for maximizing that approach. The engagement of audiences Netflix captures is undeniable. With 1 billion view hours amassed in the first 28 days of the release of Stranger Things season 4. Microsoft Advertising and partners like Agile provide access to this invitation-only real-time bidding auction environment while still boasting a low ad load. So because this is an invitation-only exclusive partnership, the ad load is still pretty low. We also place you at the heart of consumer decision-making through Microsoft Retail Advertising. Partnering with leading retailers, we position your brand precisely at the point of purchase, ensuring impactful engagement. Snapchat's collaboration with Microsoft Advertising introduces a revolutionary way to connect with a highly loyal and active social media audience. The average Snapchat user logs into Snapchat over 30 times a day. Your feed-based ads that are updated through scheduled import provide you with an exclusive position to access their chat ads, and they're on the forefront of those. When privacy is paramount, our exclusive partnership with DuckDuckGo aligns your brand with an audience that prioritizes it, ensuring a trusted presence among privacy-conscious consumers. And for the environmentally savvy, our partnership with Ecosia infuses your brand with eco-centric audiences. These two highly targeted and coveted audiences convert with some of the highest rates in the Microsoft advertising family. Leveraging Microsoft Audience's exclusive partnerships, your brand is positioned to unlock new audiences with heightened purchasing power, ensuring sharper targeting and stronger market presence. Next slide, please, Nick.
Already on it.
Thank you. All right, so the Microsoft Retail Advertising Network, dig a little bit deeper into that. Essentially, we're monetizing existing brand attention with the Microsoft Retail Network. This is important because retail is always changing, ever changing, certainly in response to post-pandemic activity and economic pressures. We see strong shifts in consumer spending and shopping habits. Having the ability to quickly adapt, capture the attention of consumers, target and re-engage consumer demand for your products with fully funded branded offerings is available with the Microsoft Network. So it's a complementary service. The heart of this approach lies in leveraging the strength and reach of our platform to harness the power of over 1 billion ready-to-spend shoppers, driving targeted traffic and increased on-site sales to effectively scale without additional cost or effort. Next slide, Nick.
Yeah, just jumping in real quick. A lot of people are asking if we're going to share the presentation, the recording, and a PDF after. Yes, we're going to share for everyone who signed up and everyone who attended. You'll get a copy. So there's plenty of questions coming in as well. We're just going to answer the questions towards the end. So please just wait till the end and and ask as many questions as you guys have.
Thank you, Nick. We're looking at audience possibilities.
Is your screen showing a steady stream of opportunities or no? Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Yep, okay, great. Audience possibilities with Microsoft. Cross-channel, cross-device, cross-media full funnel solutions with diverse consumer properties across all ad formats and devices. CTV with smart TV built-in apps like the greats, Hulu, HBO Max, and CNN. Devices that are connected to the internet that plug into a TV like Roku. Free services like Pluto TV. Gaming consoles that have built-in app stores like Xbox. Retailers like Sephora with a highly loyal client base that shop where they work. Social media giant Snapchat, again, an early adopter in the race to monetize chat ads in a fun and engaging way. Microsoft Advertising's exclusive partnership and extensive open web reach offers a sophisticated fusion of targeted engagement through strategic alliances. Envision your brand leveraging advanced algorithms and data analytics across billions of opportunities to garner 1P data while engaging in customized interactions with supercharged loyal audiences with higher buying power. Microsoft Advertising not only extends your reach, but also refines it, harnessing granular targeting and real-time intent capture to better position your brand. Next slide, Nick. Okay. You see the automation of content creation?
Yep. I
Thanks
think the
for
video already started, but
Thank-
I can start it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce it real quick. Thank you. All right, so the automation of content creation. You can generate unique images, hashtags, and headlines, create stickers that drive engagement with your app, enhance your existing images with state-of-the-art AI, all in Microsoft Designer. These data-rich interactions gather profile data for targeted ad placements. So again, this is a product that isn't necessarily related directly to advertising, but we're still gathering 1P data. And with that, can you go ahead and play the video?
This was described by the Microsoft team as the best way to explain the complexity of Copilot. And I think we have to agree. It is so its own thing that you have to just see how integrated it is. I love that feature. quick in the chat, was everyone able to see that pretty clearly? I want to make sure that that didn't get too choppy. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Great, thank you.
Awesome. That was, yeah, it's wonderful.
All right, so on to Copilot. So this isn't your basic 5-command chat box. Imagine a world where you can ask all the fundamental and baseline questions you desire to completely comfortably brainstorm and test theories and campaign experiments, all while strategically building on existing knowledge, successes, and experiences seamlessly. These interactions producing data-driven, actionable recommendations to help you craft the best ad experiences that resonate with your target audience. Welcome to Microsoft's newest productivity powerhouse, Copilot. Specifically, Copilot for Microsoft Advertising is baked right into the Microsoft UI. And you can envision yourself crafting ads with the endorsement of a Microsoft guide at every moment of the ad management, content creation, and analytics management journey. With Copilot, we stand at a crossroad, right? Copilot is integrated into many, many, many different Microsoft products, right? And essentially, our natural language interactions and cutting-edge generative AI redefine and optimize the advertising journey. Easily create and customize campaign assets, design compelling ads, craft engaging content, set strategic targets, optimize, refine, and scale campaign performance. Supercharge your ideas into action, find innovative targeting signals, predict future behaviors, and anticipate trends to maximize your reach and increase your productivity with Copilot. Again, very, very cool product. This is baked into the UI. You can get a lot of information, answer a lot of questions there. But an important note is when you see a Copilot symbol in any of the Windows products you're using, two things are happening. A, you have a guide to help you with the content that you're trying to create. But B, we're collecting first-party data that we can use to target with our audience ads. So it's important to know that in this Microsoft ecosystem, that's where all these billions of data points and intent signals are coming from. Thank you so much. So 5 billion chats, 5 billion images with Microsoft. Again, products like Designer, Copilot, and Microsoft 365 all equal trillions of signals. Superior audience intelligence, 1P high value, accurate consumer data, reaching audiences that are 2 times more likely to spend than the average internet user. With record high inflation, consumers are taking longer to purchase and trust Microsoft to meet their research needs. 5 billion chats, 5 billion images. Microsoft's digital ecosystem marked by a milestone of 5 billion chats, 5 billion images. I keep saying it, it's a big milestone. It really does highlight our profound engagement with the global community. This achievement isn't merely about numbers. It reflects the depth of the interaction and connection users have with Microsoft. Our users engage with our platforms more extensively than those of competitors, as you see, offering advertisers unmatched potential for visibility and interaction. This engagement means advertisements on Microsoft aren't just seen, they're interacted with, fostering strong brand recall and deeper impressions. The wealth of data from billions of chats and images equips advertisers with insights for precise targeting, ensuring ads meet the most relevant audience, enhancing your impact and efficiency. The trust and familiarity users build with our platforms translate into higher receptiveness to ads, elevating your conversion potential. You can't discuss loyalty in the virtuous activity cycle without talking Microsoft. Finding effective ways to target and monetize Microsoft's audiences is the way for advertisers to reach future goals and milestones.
Amazing. Really quickly, I know a lot of people are going to leave at the top of the hour. Before you do, we want to quickly just see if anyone would like to have our take on your marketing plans and how you're approaching marketing. Essentially, we're offering two things here. One is a free growth analysis that looks at you and your competitors across all the channels in e-commerce to see where there's proof of concepts, where there's areas that you should apply more pressure. Should you be more invested in awareness or consideration? What opportunities do you have with customer lifetime value, etc.? That second option, if you're also doing Microsoft Ads, we'd love to get a deep dive into your advertising and start off with kind of a before and after of here's where you're at, here's what we think is the right way to do things, and this is where you'd be after. It's a good way of looking at kind of that juxtaposition of starting to adhere to the standards that we've developed internally across our clients with all that rising star power and usage of the Microsoft platforms. So yeah, just let this be up for another 3, 2, 1. And again, if you don't know for sure, you just need more information because you're like, how much does it cost? It's free. Who's gonna do it? Myself and Logan. We'll coordinate. We'll get it done very quickly, and we'll have you sign an NDA if you want before sharing account access. But we've done this for 30 years, so we'll figure it out together. Close this out in 3, 2, 1, and yeah, back to you, Victoria. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. A blast rounding it out here. So this is one of the stars of this show. This is really exciting new stuff that we're happy to share. Again, when you talk Microsoft and research, they're synonymous. These ads are facilitated by a multi-step set of criteria directly led by the consumer. They're image-based, asset-driven ads, and they're provided by state-of-the-art machine learning to provide your ads with the highest level of strategic ad placement on the market. Chat ads revolutionize advertising by turning it into an interactive exchange, using AI to facilitate real-time conversations with your audience. Multimedia ads merge text, images, and video to tell compelling stories, enhancing engagement with rich, immersive content. Shopping ads streamline the path to purchase by showcasing products directly in search results. Digital is one of the first, simplifying the journey from discovery to decision. Vertical ads effectively cater to various industries delivering content that directly addresses unique desires and needs of your audiences. This is going to really maximize your impact and the relevance of the ads. These formats signify a shift in ads beyond the search box, transitioning from mere visibility to meaningful and carefully curated engagements, redefining digital advertising through personalization and innovation. And then on to the last slide. Wonderful. So it all comes back to the virtuous activity cycle. We're going to talk about the Microsoft Advantage and how we fit into this virtuous activity cycle from a Microsoft perspective. So the Microsoft Advantage is essentially the ecosystem we went over that connects advertisers to over 1 billion people through sites they engage with every day across work and life. Whether people are searching, shopping, getting news, checking email, or seeking entertainment, we deliver services they rely on to stay informed and connected. At the core of this strategy lies the utilization of deep search intent data, enabling a comprehensive understanding of audience behaviors and preferences. By identifying the most suitable consumers, advertisers can leverage cutting-edge AI to deliver highly personalized messages, ensuring that foundational elements such as search and windows continue to play a crucial role in their advertising journey. So let's peek into what's coming very soon. Impression-based remarketing. Again, when you think 1 billion data access points, 1 billion users rather, with billions of data access points, being able to remarket based on impressions is going to be key. Enhanced targeting capabilities around affinities, life events, and keywords. In-market audience targeting for CTV campaigns and more robust reporting. The research is clear. Microsoft users are highly engaged, affluent, loyal, and strategic consumers of advertising. These lucrative and unique audiences embrace industry-leading AI for custom ad experiences and readily provide 1P data for ideal targeting. The time to leverage and monetize on the technological renaissance that is generative AI is now. Who better to walk your consumers through that journey than the leaders of the pack, rising stars like Agile and Microsoft. Expand your brand's awareness with ads on Netflix, Hulu, and Roku. Drive brand consideration with Designer and Copilot. Drive conversions with Bing and Yahoo, and inspire brand loyalty and advocacy with permissioned 1P data. Our comprehensive, tech-based, full ad stack maximizes the impact of audience signals, intelligence, behavioral data, consumer and economic trends, and preferences to empower your target audience to do more with your brand, enabling these endless opportunities. And I think
Amazing.
back to Logan.
Nope, that's it. We are into questions now, and there's actually quite a few questions, which I think is pretty exciting here. So let me see. First, I'll take the easy ones that have nothing to do with Microsoft. Can you share the recording later? Can we get another copy? Yes. Again, everyone gets a recording and a copy. I'm looking forward to connecting with so many of you. Bassam, you asked, do you have a partner program to act as a sales channel for your services? Well, there are several marketing partial CMOs out there. who work with their clients, understand the business, but anything that kind of fills our lane, they bring them to us. So as long as the business is a good fit for us, we'd love to have a relationship like that. The more businesses that we can help grow, especially during a time like this. That is why we're here, and why we wake up in the morning, feel good about ourselves at the end of the day. So, especially if you have a business that is in need of help and growth again, please bring them our way so we can figure out what's wrong and what to do. Let's see some other questions here. Richard asked, say I want to target heavy equipment operators for Department of Transportations. How would I do that? Victoria, it looks like you're typing in a question or answer already. I have some thoughts on LinkedIn, but what are your thoughts, Victoria?
Yeah, that's what I was typing. LinkedIn targeting is a good place to start. I definitely would start there. You always want to provide Microsoft with as much data points as you can. So understanding any other specifics would be helpful. But LinkedIn targeting is where I would definitely start with that.
Yeah, I'd also hit up the display network a little bit, and try to focus on publications that are industry specific. If you can get that industry cred is always helpful, but also you don't know when someone's going to go from being a cold awareness target to in consideration with some intent to buy. So you're being present as often as possible through Microsoft's visibility in industry publications. Be very selective with where you're going to be, but it becomes kind of the digital variation of traditional media in industry magazines, which is really helpful. Oh boy. Logan, do you have one that you want to tackle real quick?
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the first ones here from Carolyn. She asked what type of clients or businesses are not ideal for Performance Max campaigns. I think it's a really good question. You might have an opinion on this too, Victoria. But for me, like I think they're a great fit for a wide variety of businesses and niches and industries. I think because they are a goal-seeking campaign, they're looking to hit a target CPA or target ROAS. They do need to be fed with a decent amount of volume. So if any, if a business is really low volume in terms of like conversion actions that you're tracking, or the part of your catalog or part of your business doesn't have a lot of activity, then PMax might not be the most ideal campaign, because it does need to be fed with conversion data, whether it's form fills, phone calls, or good old-fashioned purchases. So I would say it wouldn't be a great fit if you have like really low volume.
I actually really agree with that answer. It's designed to provide the best of the best with the generative AI in terms of assets, ad placement, and ad type. So to Logan's point, you want to have a baseline in terms of conversions and also what works well to really drive the performance on those ads.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Okay, so Richard asks, data is great, but understanding it is different. Do you help us understand the data? Yes, absolutely, Richard. We have dozens of channel level and holistic performance reports. We have hundreds of workflow reports. So our job as an agency to understand the data for you and craft the strategy, to make the recommendations and execute on that. So it's what we do best, I think, is taking the sea of data, organizing it, making sense of it, and creating an actionable plan based on it. We work hand in hand with our Microsoft agency partners to create strategies specifically for Microsoft Ads. So it's definitely something we pursue hand in hand. We view it as our modus operandi.
Yeah, I would love to add a little bit in there because I just love the question. Um,
Yeah.
there's like three different types of businesses that you might want to use when you're working with a partner like Microsoft Ads. You would want a team of people who are your consultants and strategists who are saying, given where things are going, your marketing efficiency ratio is this. This is what you should try to achieve in the next quarter. Your customer lifetime value is this. Try to get it this much higher. Based on your customer lifetime value, this should be your target cost per acquisition. Your net new customers should grow by this much. In terms of focusing on awareness or consideration, here's the lane that we're going to go right now. We've got these segments to focus on. How can we codify segmentation? That's strategy. Then you have performance marketers who say, okay, you Microsoft specialist who's worked in Microsoft Ads for a dozen years, you're going to do all the changes in Microsoft. Here's the goal. And they're for Meta, et cetera. And then you've got other technologies partners that give you all the tech that pull in all that data and synthesize and add things like customer lifetime value, media mix modeling, correlation reports. What we do uniquely is that we've defined ourselves as the impact agency. An impact agency is not a consulting firm. It is not a performance marketing agency, and we're not a tech firm. We are all three. So we get this beautiful feedback loop. Every quarter, we come up with strategy and new strategic targets. We execute across all the channels. We're measuring it in real time to make sure we hit the goal. We come back to the next quarter, reset, set new goals, execute, hit, measure, do it again. And by doing that, first of all the blame's on us and all the credit goes to us as well. It's pretty exciting. But you can also kind of treat every quarter like a year and grow so much faster, especially when you're stuck in the mud. So hopefully that helps. Part of this whole data thing is Microsoft has its data, Google, Meta, everyone has their data. And there's like a whole different version of it when you start to create media mix models and things like that, where you look at some data, ignore others, and then run it through multiple regressions. That's a level that you really want to look at because it's simple. It's at the heart of your growth for a business. And that's the data that kind of supersedes everything else. You need outside third-party technology to do that. Luckily, that's part of our offering. Drives us. Sorry if that was an over-the-top answer, but it's really what Logan and I work on every day. So we're pretty excited.
Yeah. Passionate about it. Neil asks, can you help me understand how to better look at Bing metrics? I was looking at the overview section, and the overall metrics and search terms, keywords in the overview had different total impressions, clicks, and click-through rate. Is there a reason there would be a discrepancy between these numbers? Keep in mind, I'm not looking at per keyword or search term data, but total. I'll take a stab at it first. I think sometimes the overview does look at just like everything. And when you go into the campaign view, sometimes you do have like a filter on. Maybe you're just looking at only search campaigns or only performance max or only audience ad campaigns. That to me is like something that I commonly notice when I go into accounts. I'm like, oh yeah, I had a filter on that. I'm looking at different campaign type and not the overall. But I'm not sure, Victoria, if you had any additional thoughts on that.
Sure. Without, obviously seeing what you're looking at, I would check what time frame, like what you're really assessing, right? Like, so it sounds very simple, but like compare that, make sure the overview is aligned with your own data. Then I'd work my way backwards, right? So I would probably start with Copilot, Microsoft Advertising Copilot, and dig into the data a little bit deeper, ask probing questions there. And then if I'm still seeing a discrepancy, I would look at I would take a look at your own data and compare it to how we formulated our data. A lot of times, this is why we talked a lot about conversion goals, because a lot of times if the conversion goals are not systematically fed and programmed accurately, if offline conversions are not uploaded, if like there's a lag with certain conversions and when they're recorded, if all of that is not synchronized with your data, then you're going to see some discrepancies there. So I would look at how you formulated your data for your numbers and then take a look at how we formulated ours and work my way back and find out where the difference is.
Awesome. Folks, I know we've kept you 17 minutes over. Want to thank our VP of Paid Strategy, Logan Durant, and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And Victoria and the Microsoft team, thank you guys so much for helping us put this together and kind of guiding us through all the changes that have been happening these past few years and listening to us as good partners and taking the time. I know you're in our Agile office right now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
you guys for being great partners. We are very, very excited. We have so much in the works, so much that we're building and creating. We have updates coming every single quarter. And to navigate through the changes, especially with how fast we're moving with generative AI, having a rising star like Agile on your team that is deeply ingrained into the targeting process is really a key to success with these ads, because the data is complicated, cumbersome, numerous, all of those fun things. But it's really there with billions and trillions of signals to provide smarter targeting there. So we need it. Agile does a great job with understanding it and putting it to great use. So thank you so much
Thanks,
for being
Victoria.
great partners.
Thank you. That was really thoughtful and kind of you. And thank you folks for taking time on your Wednesday. We've got another webinar coming up in 2 weeks and looking forward to it. Hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Everyone.